Gaffer, disappointing afternoon here at Vicarage Road. What was your assessment of that one today?
Well, it was very disappointing. From my point of view, we were nowhere near good enough. I can only apologise to the fans that travelled to this match to witness that, because we were well short of what's required to win a football match. There wasn't much in the first half, as everyone could see, but they got to our box a couple of times and it ended up in a goal, and we got to theirs a few times and it kind of fizzled out. So straight away we're on the back foot going into half time, down again away from home. So that was really disappointing. We wanted a reaction, we wanted energy, but there wasn't enough of it in the second half, or quality. It was always going to be trying to get back a goal and get back into the game, but in the end it was a counter-attack that got the third goal and killed the game completely. So a very disappointing day for us, no doubt. And like I said to the players, it's nowhere near good enough in terms of what's required to win a football match for this football club.
A common theme has been in our away performances conceding the first goal, not just in the game but early in the game, which has given us a lot to do, and the same's happened again today. Yeah, exactly.
Like I say, we start okay, very tight games, and we're well in the game. But a decisive defensive moment, it's just a ball over the top. These are critical moments. We're not in quick enough. We're not in a good enough position to defend it. It ends up obviously in a goal, and straight away it's affecting the confidence of the players, of course, because you're down again in a game, and it's seeming like it's going to be very hard to get something back. So, no, it's been a familiar trend. Been stronger at home, weaker away, especially in the first half of the game. So very disappointing. Like I say, it's today was across the board not good enough.
We had periods of possession in the first half and in the second half, but without too much purpose. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, we had possession, absolutely. We had a lot of possession, but we couldn't really make it impactful when we got to their box. We needed to be quicker, combinations to cross or finish, or win a set piece, or win a free kick. But it was too slow, really. We had possession, but it wasn't sharp enough. It wasn't quick enough, and in the end, you end up suffering.
We suffered defeat against Sheffield United just before Christmas, which was 10 against 11 for a large part. Today felt a little bit different. We were just off it in far too many areas. Do you know why that might have been?
Yeah, no, we just collectively were well short. Yeah, look, there's a few ideas that I've got that I have to, some can reveal more publicly. Obviously, the things I've got to work on behind the scenes to make sure that we're having the right impact on matches as a team. But from my point of view, we were well short of what's required. There's no doubt about it. I have to hold your hands up. I take ultimate responsibility for that because I'm the manager, obviously. I've said to the players it wasn't good enough, well short, and you have to take responsibility when it's like that, and I apologise to the fans for what they've seen today, because that's not what a Birmingham City team has been typically since I've been here in games, and it was well short of the level required.
Was it frustrating even more so because the opposition again haven't really had to do too much to score 3 goals again this afternoon?
No, they haven't. No, they've done very little in the game to win it, and like I say, in the end they won it fairly comfortably, really. But they didn't have to do too much to beat us, and that's the thing that really kind of hurts, because if they have to really work hard for it and you're hard to beat, then it gives you a really good chance. But we haven't been enough away from home, and that's ultimately why we find ourselves in this position of losing again. Funny thing about football is we do have a game in 3 days, which is against the league leaders, so probably no one will give us a chance in that match, but we have to galvanise now and get together and hopefully respond.
You mentioned the supporters, they've travelled again in their numbers today. Have you got a message for them? There was more frustration again at full time.
Yeah, look, the supporters are amazing. We've got amazing fans. There's no doubt about that. I love them. I think they're brilliant. It's absolutely fine for them to voice their frustrations. I think we all feel exactly the same. We have to repay them with our efforts and our performances. That's all I can say. Today we didn't do it. Hopefully we can do it on the weekend.
Chance to bounce back again in 3 days' time.
Absolutely, yeah. Chance to bounce back. We've got to give it everything. It's been such a demanding period for everyone, a gruelling period for all teams, not just ourselves. But this is the last game of this block as such, so we have to give it our all.
Just finally, Gaffer, a bit of housekeeping. Alex Cochrane came off just after the hour mark. How is he? And Jay wasn't in the squad today. Is there anything you can offer on him and Damari? Is he any closer to coming back?
No, Damari will be a good few weeks. Jay's got a knock. We're not sure how Jay will be. We'll have to see how he's the next coming days. Alex again has been battling through with injuries this season. He's obviously picked up couldn't quite get going again there today, so he's had to come off. So again, these are things we'll have to assess in the next couple of days with Damari. He's going to be unavailable for a good few weeks.
With those injuries in mind, is it more a case of the fact that everyone has to pull together and stick together at this moment in time?
That's ideally what you do. You have to be a team, you have to stick together. That's what's going to be tested now, is our togetherness, our spirit, our teamship is going to be tested in this time. And hopefully, with a lot of the season that we've gone through, the ups and the downs, hopefully that bond is strong between the players and between the staff, and we can come back strong on the weekend.
Thanks, Gaffer.
Thank you. Cheers.
Well, Keshi, another disappointing result on the road this afternoon.
Yeah, I would say so. It's it's been a sticky run the last 6-7 games now, and sometimes you go through these moments in football, but obviously as a team we know it's unacceptable, but I don't think it comes from a lack of trying or the want to succeed. Obviously we have a certain style of play that we try to implement every game. Sometimes it's we nullify ourselves by maybe sometimes moving the ball a little bit too slow, not getting into opportunities quick enough, and teams kind of like to sit in and hope for that and counter-attack. And like today, the first half itself, I think they had 2 shots, and sometimes things just don't go for you, and we seem to kind of be in that kind of space at the moment. And the first one, it's a great ball in behind and a good run, and it's the kind of things that we want to be happening for us. And obviously we go down early, and then it's an uphill battle. The second goal shouldn't happen from our team's point of view, and we'll look back at that and say this needs to be better, that needs to be better. Obviously it's not a individual fault, it's a team fault. We should stop the ball getting in certain areas and press quicker, etc. So obviously disappointing, but we've got a game in 3 days, so it's about moving on, learning and trying to do the right things in the next game, really.
Obviously a tough first half. What was the message at half time to ensure that heads didn't drop and could give ourselves a chance?
Again, like I said, obviously they really had only 2 shots in the first half, and it was just unfortunate that they scored both of them. And we had moments where we have good possession, but we didn't get into many crossing opportunities. We didn't have any efforts really ourselves in the first half, so it was really a nothing half where they managed to get 2 goals from nothing. Obviously the second half was a completely different game, being 2-0 down. You want to come out, you want to be on the front foot. We had an early chance where, as a team, again, we want to be finishing these chances. It's a big moment in the game if we score in the first 5 to 10 minutes of the second half, and it's 2-1 now. It's a completely different game. Obviously from there on, they're counter-attacking us. We're obviously trying to push bodies forward, and as you saw, they obviously got the third goal on a counter-attack from a good cross that gets headed across the box that they managed to defend. And again, like moments where if that drops to one of our players, it's 2-1. They go and counter and score on the other end of it. So it's obviously frustrating.
On a personal level, we saw you limp off in the 75th minute. Was that a bit of cramp? Everything right there?
Yeah, obviously I haven't played much recently. It's frustrating for myself, but you try to keep yourself in the best physical form you can. But obviously I had 75 minutes in a game like today. It's very demanding, a lot of up and down. Like I said, they countered well in the second half, so it was a lot of tracking back, trying to help the team. And it was just good to obviously have the minutes. Obviously, wouldn't have been nice to get the result as well.